Hey trail friends, Brian Hudson here, and this is Pathfinders, a hiking podcast with Brian. Today's episode is the latest tech to enhance your trail experience. I'm a gear nerd and a minimalist. The goal is to hike smarter, safer, and more connected without turning your backpack into a charging station. New hikers get a simple setup that works anywhere. If you're experienced, you'll pick up refinements to squeeze more performance from the tech you already own. We're covering offline navigation apps, when a dedicated GPS still matters, satellite safety devices, wearables for fitness and pacing, weather tools, power management, lighting, trail discovery and community, audio on trail, content capture, emergency readiness on your phone, plus budget and subscription strategies. And, as always, I'll finish with one actionable tip you can use on your next hike. Think of technology as a teammate that disappears when you don't need it. The best tools reduce decision fatigue, give you timely information, and then get out of the way so you can soak up the views, the wind through the trees, and that quiet confidence only a good trail day delivers. Let's start with navigation apps, because they're the backbone of tech on trail. 4 hitters dominate: Gaia GPS, All Trails, OnX Backcountry, and Far Out. All can record tracks, display topo and satellite layers, and import GPX files. The single most important feature? Offline maps. Cell coverage is fickle. GPS works without cell service, but your map tiles must be stored on your phone. Before a trip, plan route at home on Wi-Fi. In Gaia, choose topo or USGS layers and download a rectangle that includes your route plus a generous buffer in case you detour. All Trails lets you save routes and download offline if you have Plus tier. OnX shines for property boundaries and motorized access layers. Far Out is superb for long trails with user waypoints like water sources and shelters. Learn to switch between topo and satellite. Topo shows elevation lines and trail grades. Satellite helps verify clearings, slide areas, and tricky junctions. Turn on distance markers along your route to pace breaks. Finally, cache the elevation profile and export a GPX backup to a cloud or email, just in case your phone needs a reboot mid-hike. Smartphones have become outstanding navigation tools, but dedicated handheld GPS units still have a place. Your phone gives you a big, bright screen, powerful apps, and a camera in one device. Modern phones maintain GPS lock without cell service and can use multiple satellite constellations. The weak spots are battery life, durability, and wet weather usability. A handheld GPS like the Garmin GPS Map or eTrex line offers purpose-built buttons that work with gloves, excellent antenna performance under tree cover, hot-swappable AA batteries, and rugged, weatherproof housings. The map screens aren't as pretty, but the devices just keep going. They shine on multi-day trips, cold environments that sap phone batteries, dense forest, and professional contexts like guiding or SAR support. I recommend a phone-first strategy for most hikers. Carry your primary maps on the phone, download offline layers, and keep a power bank in your kit. If your trips are remote, extended, or in deep canyons and wet conifers, layer in a handheld GPS as redundancy. Mount it on your shoulder strap for clear sky view, and set track recording to a sensible interval so you preserve memory and battery. Next up, satellite safety devices. There are 2 main categories: PLBs, personal locator beacons, and two-way satellite messengers like Garmin enriches and Zoleo. A PLB is simple, robust, and subscription-free. You register it, carry it off, and if disaster strikes you, lift the antenna and hit SOS. It transmits your GPS coordinates and an emergency signal to the COSPAS SARSAT system. No texting, no tracking, just rescue signaling with a battery. Two-way messengers add messaging, location sharing, basic weather forecasts, and tracking beacons. The trade-off is a monthly or annual plan. InReach uses the Iridium network for global coverage. Zoleo blends cellular, Wi-Fi, and Iridium, switching automatically. Both offer preset messages, which are perfect for quick check-ins that don't burn through your plan. How to choose. If you want the simplest, most fail-safe SOS with no subscriptions, pick a PLB. If you travel solo, lead groups, or want family peace of mind during multi-day trips, a two-way messenger is worth it. Set expectations before you go. Who receives your check-ins, what messages mean, and when you'll communicate. Do a driveway test, confirm your contacts, and keep the device with Skyview. Wearables can turn guesswork into pacing you can trust. GPS watches from Garmin, Coros, and Apple Watch Ultra all track distance, pace, elevation, and heart rate. The trick is ignoring vanity metrics and focusing on what actually helps on trail. Use heart rate zones on climbs. If you spike into red early, you'll burn matches and slog later. Aim for zone 2 to zone 3 on long ascents. Occasional pushes are fine, but recover before the next grade. Watch cumulative elevation gain rather than fixating on miles. 3 miles with 2,500 feet is different from flat 3-milers. Leverage breadcrumb navigation. Load a GPX of your route onto the watch. The map keeps you honest at unmarked junctions and saves you from phone checks. Battery modes matter. In ultra-track or low-power GPS, you'll sacrifice some track fidelity, but you can stretch a multi-day trip. Coros excels at longevity, Garmin at mapping and training insights, and Apple at integration and safety features like fall detection. Review recovery trends and sleep. If HRV and resting heart rate are off, keep the next outing easy so your fitness grows instead of flatlining. Weather is the wild card that turns a casual hike into an epic or an emergency. Use your phone to build a picture at 3 scales: big picture, local forecast, and real-time alerts. For the big picture, Windy lets you toggle wind, precipitation, and cloud layers across multiple models. Look at the timing of fronts and wind direction over the mountain range. For local forecasts, check NOAA or National Weather Service point forecast for your exact coordinates and elevation. Then, cross-reference with MyRadar or Weather Underground for hourly precipitation probabilities and storm tracks. Many GPS watches include barometric pressure sensors. Set an alert for rapid drops, which often precede squalls. Lightning is a hard stop above treeline. MyRadar's lightning layer and the version of WeatherBug can show strikes and storm movement. Build your day around sunrise and sunset using your app's solar data. Give yourself buffer for delays and photography breaks. On shoulder seasons, note freezing levels and aspect. North slopes can hold slick snow when south slopes are dry. And remember, forecasts degrade beyond 36 hours. If the weather window shifts, be ready to pivot or turn back. Power management keeps your tech alive without weighing you down. Start with a reliable battery bank. $10,000 or more is a sweet spot for most weekend trips. Pair it with durable cables for your phone and watch. In cold weather, keep the bank and phone in an inside pocket or shared with a hand warmer. Lithium cells lose capacity as temperatures drop. On trail, put your phone in airplane mode with Bluetooth off, location services on for your navigation app, and screen brightness low. Many apps have a GPS-only setting that limits background pulls. Snap photos quickly, then lock the screen. If you're using a GPS watch, let it do most of the track recording so your phone can rest. Solar panels sound appealing, but they're inefficient while moving under trees or clouds. They make sense at sunny base camps, not in a dense forest corridor. Instead, charge at camp. Top off devices as soon as you arrive, then stash the bank back in your quilt or jacket to keep it warm. For redundancy, consider a wall charger for trailheads or huts, and always start with everything 100% topped up. Let's talk lighting. A modern rechargeable headlamp is one of the highest value upgrades you can make. Look for a headlamp with a regulated output, a red mode to preserve night vision, and a comfortable strap. Lumens matter, but beam pattern matters more. A balanced flood for close work, plus a modest spot for looking down trail, is safer than a blazing tunnel that washes out your peripheral vision. What's bright enough? For routine trail use, 250-350 lumens with good optics is plenty. Technical scrambling, search practice, or winter routes may warrant 500 plus. Check runtime charts. Regulated lights maintain consistent brightness before stepping down, which beats the slow fade of unregulated designs. Adaptive brightness is helpful when you're moving in and out of forest corridors. It keeps glare down and saves battery. Learn your lamp's lockout mode so it doesn't turn on in your pack. Carry a short cable and top it off while you make dinner. If you rely on rechargeables, stash a pinch light as backup. Red mode is courtesy for camps and wildlife, and it makes reading maps at night easier without nuking your eyes. Discovery is half the fun, but crowds and closures are real. Use apps responsibly. Reviews and GPX files on all trails, Gaia, or ONX, can reveal seasonal hazards, blowdowns, and water reliability. Heat maps in Strava and Gaia show where people go. Combine them with Land Manager maps to confirm legal access. Before you share or follow a route, check the local authority. Forest, park, or township pages often post restrictions, trailhead parking rules, and seasonal closures. If a small area is getting hammered, choose a less popular alternative. You'll still have a day while easing pressure on fragile spots. When you upload tracks or photos, consider removing geotags for sensitive locations, wildflower meadows, cultural sites, or unofficial routes without sustainable tread. Include leave no trace reminders in your notes. Stay on durable surfaces, yield right-of-way, and pack out microtrash. A quick comment like, muddy, turn around to avoid widening influences behavior. Community is powerful. Join trail associations, post conditions, and volunteer for a maintenance day. The same tech that finds a trail can maintain it, inform better choices, and keep you connected to the stewards who care for it. Audio can be a joy on long climbs, but safety and courtesy come first. Open-ear or bone conduction headphones let you hear birds, bikes, and partners while you listen to music, audiobooks, or a podcast. Set volume low enough that you can hold a conversation without repeating yourself. If wind is up or the trail is busy, take one earpiece off. Skip speakers. Sound carries surprisingly far in canyons and alpine basins, and wildlife uses the same airwaves you do. Save the soundtrack for camp if you must, and ask neighbors first. During bear season or in multi-use zones, open-ear audio plus frequent verbal callouts strike a good balance between awareness and presence. For training, tempo music can help you keep a steady cadence on sustained climbs. For big days, cue a motivational episode, but build in silent segments. The quiet matters. You'll notice micro-terrain, your breathing, and changes in wind that signal weather shifts. And always pause audio at junctions, creek crossings, or when you sense other trail users nearby. Awareness is your best technology. Headphones should serve it, not override it. Tuck cables to prevent snags. Your phone is a fantastic camera and safety tool. Stabilize first for photos, brace your elbows, lean against a tree, or use a tripod or trekking pole mount. Clean the lens before sunrise and again after dusty descents. Lock focus and exposure on your subject, then compose with leading lines in the trail. Short clips with ambient audio, boot crunch, river noise, wind through aspen, bring scenes to life. If you carry an action camera, a chest mount is steadier than a head mount and less intrusive. Now, emergency readiness. Add a medical ID on your lock screen with allergies, meds, and an emergency contact. On iPhone, use the Health app. On Android, use safety or emergency information. Save local emergency numbers for the land you're visiting, plus ranger station and non-emergency dispatch. Download an offline first aid reference from trusted sources and star it for quick access. Practice using your phone's SOS shortcut so you don't fumble. Finally, don't let the camera steal the moment. Set a timer, 5 minutes of shooting per hour, then pocket the phone. Memory anchors are why we're out there. Smells, textures, and the feel of the air. Before we wrap, a note on budgets and subscriptions. Many apps have tiers. All Trails works offline only with Plus. Gaia's paid tiers unlock premium maps. ONX and Far Out are subscription-based for best data. My advice, trial monthly during peak season, then switch to annual only for services you use. Buy hardware used or refurbished. GPS watches and inReach units hold up well, and redirect savings toward boots. This week's actionable tip: pick one navigation app and set up safety check-ins. 1. Choose an app you'll stick with: Gaia GPS, All Trails, ONX, or Far Out. And download the offline map for your route plus surrounding area. 2. Put your phone in airplane mode, keep GPS location on for the app, dim screen brightness, and carry one $10,000 mAh power bank. 3. Set up a check-in. Share your location with a trusted contact in Find My or Google Maps, or program a preset starting finished message on a satellite messenger. Add your medical ID on lock screen. That's our show. We covered navigation, GPS versus phone, satellite safety, wearables, weather, power, lighting, discovery, audio, photos, and readiness. Tech elevates, not distracts. Hike smart. See you out there.